アメリカの常識をも変えていっている今永昇太選手、そんな今永選手を詳しく解説している番組がありましたので、そちらの翻訳をお届けいたします。それではご覧ください。
Wonderful. It's Friday night in the big leagues. I'm glad to be back with you. Congratulations on the Emmy, guys.
Yeah.
What an honor it is to work in the building and be back with you.
Congrats to all of us. The MLB Tonight Emmy Award-winning show here on MLB Network. Pete is right about that. All right, we've got lots of great stuff coming up. Let's put the 60 seconds on the clock and do the major topics of the day. And lowest ERA through the first 9 career starts. That's right, excluding openers since 1913. Shota Imanaga. It's showtime. This guy's been incredible so far, Pete, for the Cubs. Better than Fernando Mania way back in 1981. What have you seen from Imanaga?
Well, I've seen from his opening day start that he feels like he belongs in the major leagues. Rec, he has walked over, and body language tells me a lot. From the first time I laid eyes on him in Wrigley Field, I saw that this guy was not afraid. He gets you on the fastball. It plays bigger than it is, only 92 to 94. He hides it well. There's pitchability, and then the split is devastating. So I think this is going to continue on the north side for the length of this contract.
Yeah, I think when I watched Shota Imanaga pitch, and we talked about this earlier, and I think you just touched on it, the confidence. The confidence exudes that this kid can go out there and he knows whoever he's facing, he doesn't care. And what I love, he can challenge you with that fastball at any time. And I think that's such an advantage, knowing that, okay, I get in a big spot, I get in a tough spot, I can challenge you with that fastball anytime I want. And then I have a devastating split off of it if I need chase, if I need to get a guy to chase, if I'm looking for a ground ball, whatever it is. And then he's got a sweeper that he throws occasionally that is, you know, just, I got a lefty at the plate. I could throw this in there for a first pitch strike and then go from there. I love what I'm seeing.
I just never thought a guy that throws 92 in 2024 right now to have a sub-1 ERA.
Hey, look, the top 5 ERA leaders, I just did this on off base. The top 5 guys of ERA in the league are in the lowest 20 percentile of velocity. So velocity, it's
not everything. It's absolutely not everything. You have to be able to locate.
Gratuitous off-base shout-out. I was on IT as well. All right, next topic, and let's talk about the Guardians as we check out the
Am I the only one that didn't work for this?
Rec did not
I'm slacking, guys. I'm
Just
slacking.
say you're on Central. AL runs per game leaders this season. Entering Friday, the Orioles at 4.94. Then the Guardians. Hang on a second. I know these guys can win. They can score some runs right now, ahead of the Yankees and the Royals as well. Rec, I feel like you're bullish on the Guardians. I've seen you and Greg Ames here talking with the Guardians. I feel like you think this is sustainable for this team.
I do think it's sustainable, but you know I'm bullish on the Royals, so I can't be too
Still your
bullish
guys.
on these Guardians. I do like this Guardians team. The thing I like, and when I compare and contrast actually the Royals and the Guardians, I see teams that really accentuate what they're good at, what their potential is, and that's on the pitching side for this Cleveland Guardians team, especially that bullpen. Yeah. They are a great bullpen. Right now, so far this season, they've thrown almost 200 innings out of that bullpen. It's not the most in baseball by any means, but they're up there. And what I'm getting at is they know, okay, you know what? Our starters may not have the best stuff, but we have a bullpen behind them that can come in and shut them down.
Well, that starting group, I like them, and I'm bullish on them, but you're right. Class A, 70-plus appearances the last few years. These end of the game can be counted on. But look, let's go to the offensive side of the ball. Putting the ball in play and doing the little things right the way they do. When you start getting the production from Jose Ramirez and the Nailers, and then the center field position is starting to produce some offense now. This is a complete team that's going to be relevant, if not win the season.
To your point offensively, best OPS in baseball with runners in scoring position. The Cleveland Guardians.
They seem baseballish to me.
Yeah.
I love watching them play. Jimenez, we should mention also.
Yeah.
You know who's number 2? The Royals.
Rex Royals. Die hard, baby. They love him in Kansas City. Next topic right now is Juan Soto. His stats right now, my man is hitting .312, 13 home runs, 41 RBI. He's only struck out 36 times and 34 walks for a gaudy 972 OPS right now. Here's my favorite stat, Pete. He had 41 homers and 125 RBI in 214 games with the Padres. Right now, he's on pace for 41 home runs and 120 RBI just in this one season. As he returns to San Diego, what do you expect out of Soto?
Well, I expect him to keep doing what he's doing. This guy loves the limelight. The bigger the moment, the bigger the stage, he's ready to give it to the people and shine. This has just been a great personality fit for me in the Bronx. You know, he has certainly carried this team early on when Aaron Judge wasn't doing what he's doing now. We didn't even talk about it because of Juan Soto being on the Bronx. So what he's brought to the Yankees has been significant. Look, I also think on the other side of things, San Diego, Michael King has got, some good starts under his belt, but the most innings, they used Thorpe to get Dylan Cease. So both sides win on this side.
Yeah, absolutely. I think with this trade, I think both sides win. Going back to Soto, what I really love is he's embraced New York in a way that I think it emblemizes what we see when guys do come to New York and succeed. Guys who have a lot of confidence, but don't necessarily go out and talk a lot. They just let their game do the talking for them. To me, that's Juan Soto, and that's who he's been for this Yankee team.
Yeah, there's been talk about the contract negotiations, and Hal Steinbrenner said, hey, we're kind of up against it. Yankees fans don't want to hear that. They want to hear Juan Soto's going to be in pitch for a long time.
Much better ballpark to hit into is why there's no.
Enjoy it right now. How about that? This pair, they're both healthy, they're both producing. Enjoy it right now.
It's been a lot of fun right now if you're a Yankee fan. As we take a walk, good stuff at a Peeve and Rec. It's our social media segment. Who is your AL MVP frontrunner? You know, once you get to Memorial Day weekend, you're a third of the way through this baseball season, so you can really accurately say the answer to this question. So we asked all of you on X, hashtag MLB Tonight. What are your responses? That's right, the Judge is here. Between these two, Judge and Soto. Soto was probably the front runner for the first month. Judge has had a monstrous May. He has a 1452 OPS in the month of May. That is astronomical. Other answers here for you. That's right, Sal Perez and the Rex Royals. Perez has been awesome, revitalized as one of the best catchers in the game. He's been that way for a long time, but his offensive numbers.
And later in the show.
We will talk about him later in the show. And King Tuck. For an Astros team which has not had the start that they envision, Kyle Tucker has been tremendous. He's been an outstanding player. He's gone to a different level. If you look at his OPS, his on-base, and his slugging, Tucker's been awesome. Any more responses, or is that it? We got one more here. Gunnar Henderson. You kidding me? Baltimore Orioles. He's been awesome right now. Bob Costas was asked to name the top 5 players in baseball right now in MLB Now. He had Gunnar Henderson number 4, Rookie of the Year a season ago. Thanks to Robin for the response. He's taken this one to the next level. Thanks for your responses. Maybe perhaps a few more later in the show.
When you're ready to hit, you're ready to hit. Why not start the game with a bang?
They like him at the top. He likes being at the top. We're looking at the greatest season ever by a leadoff guy.
Hit him to all fields, a sprinkler.
Then he starts the night off with a big swing.
Now that's how you start a ball game.
All right, time for a little bit of leading off as you get you set for the baseball action of the night. So one of the first things we're going to look at here is Busch Stadium in the upper left, the Cubs and the Cardinals. And, Rec, this is one of the best rivalries in all of baseball. If you're in the Midwest, you know how great this is.
Yeah.
By the way, we'll have the game on here tonight. The great Joe Buck back in the booth. Him and Chip Carey together, which will be very cool. As, of course, Jack Buck and Harry Carey, that lineage there with the Cardinals. Look forward to the game right here on our network. But in terms of this rivalry, Rec, Cubs have been good. Cardinals have been better recently. What do you expect tonight?
Cardinals have been better recently. What I love is, look, I got to play for the Cubs a little bit in 2012. So this rivalry, getting to play in this is really fun. The fans show up, and it's a great time. What I'm looking to see tonight is, can this lineup for the Cardinals, historically, they've been good against lefties. This year, they have been very poor against lefties, and that's interesting. Guys like Arenado, guys like Goldschmidt, throughout their career, have raked left-handed pitching. Can they get it going tonight against the guy we just talked about in Shota Imanaga?
Yeah, there's been a lot of pressure and talk, people, about their veterans, Arenado and Goldschmidt specifically, but their young guys are going to step up too. The likes of your Jordan Walkers, your Brendan Donovans, your Lars Nootbaars. It can't all be on the veterans right now.
You're exactly right. Gorman, big homer in the win the other day. But the St. Louis Cardinals, to me, that veteran leadership and the presence of those guys being around and the not panic mentality that they have on the pitching side of things and also with Arenado and Goldschmidt. To me, I think that's what's going to keep St. Louis around and just staying the course. That's central. Nobody's running away with it. St. Louis is going to be right there, and I think it's going to be because of that veteran leadership.
I've been playing better baseball as of late. Next up, let's look at Target Field right now. The Rangers and the Twins, as they've got a lot of focus right now, obviously, on the Minnesota Timberwolves as well. The T-Wolves, as they're taking on the Mavericks, and then you have the Twins and the Rangers. So, excuse me, good battle here between the Rangers and the Twins. As far as this matchup right now, Pete, what are you looking for?
Well, I'm seeing two teams that really need to get going. This Texas team just got swept. The Minnesota team has been hot. They've been cold. Both teams have been kind of treading water. Who are you? Who's going to step up? When teams are going bad, I always look for the players. Corey Seager's starting to go. Getting him going is going to help. But again, this Bruce Bochy-led team I know is going to be there. I believe on the other side, Rocco Baldelli and those guys are going to be there in the end.
Yeah, I think for me, when I look at this Texas Rangers team, they have some injury issues, right? Especially on the pitching side. Guys that haven't been with them all year so far and won't be with them still for another month or two. So it's really, can they hold down the fort right now? Can that offense start to pick up the slack? We haven't seen it yet from Seager. We haven't seen it yet from a number of the guys in that lineup. Can they get going? And from the Twins side, they've been healthy for the most part of the year. They need to really get it going. They need that pitching staff to dominate the way that they expected them to, that starting rotation.
All right, next game as we continue leading off, let's check out Coors Field and the Phillies and the Rockies. And Clearly, Philadelphia has been loaded. Colorado has played better baseball as of late. I believe that's Chris Bryant throwing the cage, but Brenton Doyle, good guest on IT tonight. But as far as the Phillies are concerned, clearly, Pete, we saw them in spring training, man. They've got that mojo going. They're on pace for like 114 wins. Could be the best season ever in Phillies franchise history.
You're exactly right. I've got to back up and go. That's the manager of the team, Buddy Black.
Yes.
Great left-hander, throwing batting practice. I love this more than ever. Played with Buddy. Look at that. Manager of the team
That is
throwing
impressive.
batting practice. That doesn't happen every day. We got to recognize that.
Yeah.
But look, let's get back to the Phillies for a second. Chris Bryant, we hope he gets healthy. He's a huge part of that Colorado team.
Yep.
The Phillies, when we've matched the Phillies up against the Braves in the postseason, we've seen that, hold on a second, this Philly team can take down this Atlanta team. Yep. The Philadelphia Phillies, I know we just lost Trey Turner, but they have been at full strength now from the second half of last year on to this year. You're talking about last year when we're trying to compare them to the Braves and while they're without Bryce Harper. You know what I mean? The Braves, those guys have played every day since Acuna's got back. When you start to pound for pound, the Philadelphia Phillies are every good as bit, if not better, with the pitching staff side of things than the Atlanta Braves, who we've talked about being the class. So to me, what you're seeing, yes, the schedule has helped them play good baseball and beat the teams they're supposed to beat. But pound for pound, find me a better team when you're talking about Boehm and Stott and these guys taking a step up.
That's what it's about. Philly has stars. We know that. We've known that. That's why in the playoffs they've shown up. What they're doing right now throughout the course of 162 is all those other guys are showing up. Edmundo Sosa has come in since Turner went down. Dude's just hitting 300 and playing great defense. I mean, you can go up and down that lineup. JT Realmuto's been hot. Nick Castellanos is hot. It's crazy the way that they've been getting things done. They play really good defense. They run the bases well. And obviously their pitching is awesome. They've been hitting the ball out of the ballpark. They're doing everything.
いかがでしたか？本日は惜しくも雨天中止となりましたが、次回登板でどのような投球が見れるか今から楽しみですね。このチャンネルは日本人メジャー選手に対する海外のインタビューなどの翻訳動画をご紹介いたします。ぜひチャンネル登録、高評価よろしくお願いいたします。